Took a long time, baby, you can call it patience. They can't pay me back for all that time that I was wasting. Thought that they was loyal, found out that they was hateful. She said that she loved me, found out she wasn't faithful. Feel like the end, but baby, this is the beginning. Yeah, we still ask forgiveness, even though we've been sinning. Every day I wake up, feel like I'm testing my luck. I told my mama, pray for me, earth was weird as fuck.
So we'd like to welcome everyone to episode 20 of Earth Weird as Fuck.
Clyde Drexel out there.
Clyde, nigga, Emmett Smith.
I don't give a shit.
Me.
Dog.
I'm a 22
Dog.
also.
And this is our second Friends of the Pod Friends episode.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? We'd like to welcome the host.
I like Friends of the Pod better.
No Country with JD and Dave, man. Give it up for my boys, bro.
What up, what up, what up?
I need my
Appreciate
applause,
y'all boys,
my
man.
applause sound in the
I'm late with the claps and shit.
Whoa.
I know.
Yeah.
That ain't
Fell
everybody
away.
business.
Fell away. I love it. You see him repping.
Hey,
He ripped out,
big
dog.
weirdo gang, dog.
That's when you know people fuck with you when they got on your merch.
Got the version.
Yo, this shit is wild appropriate. But then, I live out here in the stick. So, like, some white dude in Walmart one day was like, yeah, me too. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That has happened to me before.
It's not the
That's
same
not what
kind.
you mean. Yeah,
It's not the same kind. Right.
Not what you thinking.
Man, what y'all been up to, dog? Like, I've been peeping y'all pods, you know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, when I saw you doing a pod with JD, I was like, this shit gonna pop.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
natural.
Because your boy got star power. You were a big thing in Dallas, my nigga, as far as the rap scene goes. So, how did y'all, I know y'all lifelong buddies, but who came up with the idea to start podcasting?
I mean, I'll say we probably both was kind of touching on it already, but I think it leaned into us coming together was like finally we was in the same state back together again. So it kind of was a natural thing. And then I was like, like I said, I'm testing stuff out. He testing stuff out. It was kind of a natural fit. So, but I knew like really like for us to like commit to doing a show together, I was like, yo, we gotta try that shit. Like me and you, we gotta do it. So
I know I was pitching like way back low. You remember when I was doing me and Money was doing Speak Up Radio, and we had an episode with JD, and we was making a lot of motherfuckers mad and shit. So we was trying to pin it down, but he was still on the wire at the time, and scheduling wasn't. And then he's in different states. We was out in Texas, and he was moving back and forth between Maryland and Jersey. So the timing wasn't right, and it wasn't really a podcast then anyway. It was like that internet radio type
radio
shit.
show. Yeah.
Shouts to the boy Jam Renaissance. He had us hosted on his radio station, and we had an episode with JD on there, and that was kind of the inklings of it. But over the years, as it became more popular, and then like he said, once we were living in the same state, we were like, it's a no brainer. Like we've been talking like podcasts our whole fucking lives, like
pretty much.
It was nothing, just getting us on something together at a platform and putting that out there.
Yeah, we won improv trophies together, so
No shit.
Yeah, we gotta kind of do it.
In
So.
high school.
Already. Before we go forward, Jam Renaissance is Jerome.
Jerome.
Yeah.
Really?
He had a nice little fucking. He was doing this shit.
Yo, he was a pioneer on the DFW scene, bro. Because before him, I don't really remember cats having that that internet radio platform. Like we was all just dropping projects. Because a bit of history, how me and Los got tight was through this DFWHipHop.com forum that we used to go on and promote music and shit. And he hit me up to do a feature, but we was all going through these networks that we were collabing on. And my man Jam was really on some real shit. Jam was the first nigga I knew with a podcast network. Because he had different people on different shows doing pre-recorded shit, but it was the same thing. It was talking and interviews and that kind of thing. And then we did ours like a radio show. So it was me and Money would have a segment when we was talking, and then we play the music, the features that I'll play some shit from you or my feature on your mixtape, and then we'll play some DDC shit. Then we play some, some other Dallas shit and bring it back. So he was one of the forefathers of that whole format. But that was just a time where he and I weren't as tightly scheduled as we could have been. But we made it connect now, so we here.
Already. Well, Jerome was one of them. We started with JJ and Raku.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Raku
RKN
had
Nation.
that drunken
Shout
throw
out.
radio. So he's
Yeah,
basically the
yeah.
forefather of this shit.
You right.
'Cause I wanted him to come on and actually do like the first pod, but he ran into a lot of life shit. Like
Yeah,
he
life be
lost a
life.
lot.
I know how that is.
Yeah, so I ain't had a chance to get him on, but he will be on in a second, man. But like
Shout
I
to
was
that
telling
dude.
JD earlier, like you may not know, but the people that fuck with me is gonna go nuts when I release this pod because everybody loves the fucking Wire.
Boy.
If you are of a certain hue, you love the fucking Wire, dog.
Even if you ain't, you gotta respect the quality of the writing and the acting, and it was different, bro.
It was different.
It was high quality, dog. I'm talking about top tier.
Thank you for saying that, brother, because the homie, well, I ain't calling him the homie, but this dude that was on the show, Pablo Schreiber, called it low budget.
I know.
And I had a little
I
little
seen you
itch in my
spaz-
ass
I
for that.
can't say spazzing. I seen you going crazy on him. I was peeping that you was
I had a
going to
little
work.
problem with that, so thank you. I appreciate you on that, man,
Yeah,
for
that was-
recognizing that. But everybody,
That's
you know,
top-tier quality. That's
yeah,
that's
but
one of the
people-
best shows,
yeah,
literally ever. You ask any brother,
You can ask any black person,
they
but
gonna
you
say top three.
yeah, you can
And
ask
me.
You can ask
anybody. Period.
anybody who watched it, they gonna tell you.
and I appreciate that because, like I said, I even understand it because as we was doing it, you know, I was just thinking, all right, this is a cool show. I was just glad to be working with all those other upcoming black actors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was working with people that I was watching and I was respecting, and I was like, yo, I get to keep doing this. It was different from Oz because Oz was already like established.
Yeah.
You know,
My
actor.
nigga, I forgot you was on Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the first big joint.
yeah.
That's
I was
crazy. I forgot you were on Oz.
I was the little kid on Oz. I was the youngin. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple other people, but everybody else was kind of. They was the heads already. You know what I'm saying? They went to
Sure.
Lee Turgison, Harold Perrineau, Ernie Hudson, Terry Kinney. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
names.
These was already people that was already working in television and movies, mad heavy already. You know what I'm saying? So, Rita Moreno, I'm like bugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there like, yo, all right, just I don't gotta go to college. This college, right
You
here.
For
feel
sure.
me?
So,
That's real.
Yeah.
so I stayed there, rocked that out. But yeah, The Wire, like I said, just working on that, you know, and then what it became, like as the show was going on, I was like, damn, like it's live, you know. When people be comparing it to like Sopranos or Breaking Bad, but I'm gonna give us that not because I was on it. I'm gonna give us that because ours was pretty much realistic. It was reality. That other stuff was totally fiction. You know what I'm saying? Breaking Bad, power fantasy, fake as hell, but it was dope. But it was fake. Sopranos was just common, but The Wire was
This how
something.
hard. This how hard The Wire was. I was working at my old job at Schwab, and boys used to pull up with their 12s and stuff and bumping their music. I had the screens in that hole, and I had The Wire playing when I pulled up on it. They were like, "What the heck? What are you dumb as hell?" Like, hey, that was my flex. Like, I pulled up watching The
Yeah.
Wire, driving on this.
That's
That's how big it was.
That's like in our era when the TVs first came on.
Yeah.
Niggas had to be playing Belly, the
Yeah.
Boy,
club scene. If you had a nigga with
Yes,
TVs,
when
with
Nas
with
and them walked in,
Yeah.
Every
Yes,
car.
sir.
And you know, screens
Every
was
car.
supposed to play in your front while
Yeah.
you're driving, but you gotta always tell,
Yes.
hey, cuz, bypass that hoe for me. So I pulled up with The Wire, you know what I'm saying, on DVD.
So,
fam, look, when Dave, I keep forgetting, I call a nigga rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when Dave pitched me the idea, so I go doing my research, and JD, I saw an interview where you said that you actually went to Baltimore at night to study what was going on. First of all, why the fuck would you do that? and
Man,
and secondly, what did you find out in Baltimore at night that made you okay? I can do this role.
man,
Yo,
so
you know
death
what's
come
funny?
find-
I
Yo.
did this and I figured I would be telling this story when I did it, but I never thought people would like really, because people really ask about that like a lot. Like it's crazy. Like, but I knew I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? When I got there, it was like I got there the day before I had to shoot. I had to shoot the very next day. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to play this character. Whoops, knock my shit out. I don't want to play this character, and I haven't been I haven't walked around the city because all I can see is hear somebody across the street like, "You don't know B more, nigga," and that would destroy me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I was like, nah, I gotta go touch the street. So it was probably already like 11, but I didn't leave until midnight. I left at midnight on the dot, threw my hood up, and I just walked, right. And now I know when I'm from Newark, so I'm moving the way I'm supposed to move. I'm
You a
just
hood
quiet,
cat.
low, looking how I'm looking, keeping my energy low, just moving. And I waited till I saw, started seeing the streets change to what it looked more like home. And I was like, all right, now I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I
Yeah.
watched a little bit, and I actually saw like a real handout line. Where everybody lined up so they could give them the product and everything. And it was like I was actually standing where I wasn't supposed to be
Wow.
standing. So one dude was like, "Yo, move over there." I just moved.
Why you here? Get the fuck
Damn.
out of here, nigga. Who you?
Yo, so after like when that happened, I was like, "All right, it's time to move. It's time to go back." So I
Fucking
ended up
right.
Hey,
like,
authentic or nothing though.
yeah, I just made sure that I felt enough of it so that when I get out there,
Meanwhile, this
I ain't
nigga
tripping.
grew up in the projects. We seen niggas selling crack in front of our high school and shit. Motherfucker, you had enough experience to draw from. Keep your ass out other niggas' hoods in the
You know what I'm
middle of the
saying?
night.
You
The
feel
fuck?
me?
Same shit, different zip code.
You feel me? It's a
I had to move. But
it's
look,
a
but
ghetto
look, you saying
everywhere.
that
Fuck
after
method
he's
acting,
saying
nigga.
that after 4 years of theater school, like what
So
we
Hey
gonna
what?
man.
do?
Didn't we
Nigga,
get?
you
Hold
know
up.
we gonna go and research and
Wait,
touch,
wait, wait,
touch
wait,
you on
wait.
something.
You
You know
you
it.
say you say theater school like we didn't get into some thugged out shit at theater school.
Yeah,
Like,
but
yo,
but some of that was due to research too.
bro, a week before, bro, fellas, a week before we graduate, right?
Who knew?
These motherfuckers from the projects come to settle some old school like Ricky and fucking Minister Society. I mean, Boys the Men
Boys in the
beef and
hood.
shit. I mean, Boys in the Hood beef and shit. And like we end up having this big ass riot outside the fucking school, like 3 or 4
Warrior
days
shit.
before we graduate. Niggas is about
That
to fucking
warrior
kick us
shit.
out the school just for principle because we fucked niggas up like right in the middle of graduation practice. So like we couldn't
Jesus.
we couldn't escape that shit, but so much. You know what I'm
For
saying? So
sure.
like the
That's
Wait,
precedent was there,
wild.
nigga. You didn't
At
have
the
you did no
graduation, my
research.
nigga.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you went to the school that JD went to for
Yeah,
the
that's how we met.
performance?
That's how
Yeah,
we
No
we
met.
went to
shit.
Arts High. We went to Arts High. We were
Yeah,
freshmen all through
yeah.
all those years. And when me and this nigga saw each other, we immediately started snapping on each other. It was just something
Yo,
like it
Off
was
top.
something
yo.
wrong. Like we
You
just
know
wasn't
what?
getting along, yo.
So I could explain the backstory to that, right? So it's funny because I'm embracing my whole nerd shit now. Of course, 30 some odd years later. But
Yeah,
then I was already a nerd in elementary school, so I was kind of trying to
we
shed
were
that
too.
shit, coming into high school because then you get to start over. And I'm like,
Right?
the first day of school, I'm in there in my little hoodie and shit. I'm trying to be all like, whatever. And I got on these Reeboks, right? That look kind of like the sevens. The red, the black with the red and
Sean
purple.
Kemp's?
Nah, the Jordans, the sevens that was out at the time.
No, I'm talking about what
So
Reebok. I'm
they
talking
had,
about the
Yeah,
Reebok.
they look like the Sean Kemps,
yeah,
yeah.
the Sean
Yeah.
Kemps. They look like the Sean Kemps. So I'm
Boy
in
had
there
some
with
pumps
it.
on.
I think I'm fresh. At the time you could get that off and not get clowned or whatever. So I'm up in there, and this nigga comes to school the first day of school. This nigga got the Urkel fade, bro. The black. This nigga got on a fucking trench coat, my nigga.
Oh my.
I was
We
a nerd,
going
ain't
to
give
the
a
first.
fuck. I was a
We
happy
going to
nerd.
the first drama class. We going to the first drama class. This nigga sits up on this part of the seat right here in the auditorium
What
and
the
starts
hell?
doing this
How?
shit here,
That nigga different, dog.
doing this shit here. I was like, nigga, I had to separate myself from that in my head at the time. So as
This nigga
time
doing
went
too
on,
much.
like a year went by, and we was in the same drama class, and all we did was rip on each other, right? So then at a certain point, uh, you know, we had the first summer. We come back sophomore year, '93, and shit just kept happening. That was like I was like, wait a minute. And one of the prime moments was when Midnight Marauders came out. Fuck you, Los, because you talk about tribe boring, blah 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 blah, whatever,
They garbage, but continue.
whatever, nigga.
Wow.
Fuck out of here. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Wow.
But so Midnight Marauders came out, right? And like that wasn't like an album everybody was bumping, but everybody was familiar with the singles and shit. So I
Not
was
me.
playing the fuck out of it. That's still my favorite album to this day. We in drama.
Midnight Mar- oh, what? Wait, oh.
Yes, sir.
Did you say Midnight Marauders is your favorite album?
Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, I thought you said that. Continue.
You should have thought I said it, nigga. You know me long enough to
Yeah,
know I
Midnight
said
Marauder
it a
is
bunch
one
of
of the
times.
greatest albums of all time. Don't even front.
My
Go ahead.
nigga, fuck
Keep
out of
going.
here. Keep moving. So
No, we're gonna have to do this again, and we'll talk about
we
greatest
got to.
albums.
We can do
We'll
it.
do top 5
That's
albums all time.
objectionally
Yeah,
undisputable,
I could
bro.
do a
That's,
whole episode
can
that's
on
do
the
that.
objectionally
can do that.
undisputable, bro.
But look, so
It's
What's
undisputable.
undisputable?
Midnight Marauders being one of the greatest
is
of
a
all
classic.
time.
It's one of the greatest albums of all time. That's objectionally undisputable, bro.
Low end theory, which is the album before that, influenced the Chronic, my nigga. Like it's not like we're not playing these games. Like
We
this
talking about Q-Tip, right?
Q-Tip, right?
yes, absolutely,
And Phife
absolutely.
Dawg.
Father of Kanye, yeah,
Wait,
That's that
what you say?
yeah. I said it with
Phife
my
was-
whole chest.
He
Father
said
of Kanye,
father of
That's that nigga.
Kanye.
That's that nigga.
We won't get into this because
Yeah,
I
I don't
actually
really
have
wanna
questions
claim
for you
that. I don't
guys.
It's
really
a
wanna claim
reason
that.
why. It's a reason why Tribe opened for Yeezus on that tour.
Because they're lesser artists.
Fuck out of here. He's
That's literally how that works.
All right, look, we getting
Literally
off.
how
We
that
getting
works.
off. We getting off the
Just saying.
subject, but the whole thing is, yeah. And yo, you pointed out the fact that I forgot that I did the whole thing at the auditorium as a kid. I remember that because check this out though. Remember, back then, Fame had just went off TV, so
Yeah,
fuck
I'm
with
thinking.
Fame.
I'm thinking that the high school is like Fame. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Nigga,
bunch
it
of
was.
talented ass kids. I know, but that's why I came in there like,
Yeah.
oh, I could
Yeah.
be out this way. But it was just really just a bunch of hood ass kids that was just doing shit.
I was trying
Good
to be
at
like
drawing,
AC
singing,
Slater,
acting,
and I was really
writing.
more like Screechish
Yeah.
to a degree. But I was trying to shed that light. But nah, yeah. Eventually,
I
between
was the
like
nerd that ain't give a fuck. I come to school dressed like Sherlock Holmes. I ain't give a
dead
damn.
ass, yo.
Not Sherlock Holmes.
Nah.
dog.
So look. The Sherlock Holmes story.
That
The
nigga
Sherlock
had to
Holmes story.
inspect the
That's the
gadget
story.
jacket. You a wild man.
So in our school, they had this fucking bootleg ass kangaroo mascot. I forget what the fuck the name was, but they would make this motherfucker go missing and shit, and have a whole day where you could like get out of class if you hunting for this fucking kangaroo. This nigga came to school.
I'm skipping.
This is freshman year. The balls on this nigga. You gotta admire and appreciate the balls on this nigga. He came to school in full fucking Sherlock regalia, bro. The monocle. He had the fucking hat. He had the trench. I was like, damn, son. Like at
It
this
was
at
a
one
magnifying glass, not a monocle.
my fault. I'm sorry. Magnifying glass. Sorry.
I gotta know
But
where
he
he's
was
finding
committed.
these accessories.
Yeah.
He was
This ain't
fully
normal
committed.
shit.
Did that
That's
nigga
why he
say
did.
a monocle?
A monocle, nigga.
Listen,
The one-eyed Mr. Peanut joint.
Listen,
I
my
need-
nigga.
Dog, I need a
Monopoly
Full
monocle.
joint.
commitment.
Monopoly
But the
joint.
best part about that shit was that's why he's where he is now. Because the commitment and the fucking talent that make you even come out of a month. Like ninth grade is some rough ass.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
I got thrown in the
nervous
trash
ass-
can.
My nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Almost.
And for this nigga to
Almost.
yo,
Senior girl saved me.
Yo, dead ass. Like that was the kind of shit.
I
we
had
went through.
no
Part of
net.
the shit that bonded us was the fact that he was just bold and fucking outgoing like that, and I wasn't, but I was kind of be cool and like we ended up understanding that like we was the same nigga. So it was like, why the fuck? Why would I beef with the same nigga? That don't make sense.
Exactly.
And every day we had work for each other every day, and Dave was like, "Yo, this shit is just getting old. Yo, here, take my phone number. Take my phone number." And then I went home. I ain't call him. Next day he came back. He was like, "Yo, you ain't call me. Here, here's my phone number. Call me, nigga." He said, "Call me." I called him that night,
Oh, Lord.
and ever since then we was homies. We were homies.
Yo.
So
Since then,
from
pretty much,
that,
so.
what I gather from that is JD was cooking Dave a little harder than Dave was cooking.
Yeah, look.
Nah, this
Hey,
nigga was
bro,
hitting
we
me
need
with
fruits.
no look. No, hold up, check this out. We doing this in theater class, so
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
hearing us. We're literally on the stage, supposed to be taking
this
notes
was-
or doing something.
This was-
and
this
me and
was-
this nigga is putting on a show for everybody. And anybody jump in, we snap on them and tell them
You
shut up.
can't
Go back to each other.
You laugh too hard, you
Something
get
else.
fried.
This, I'm calling this nigga a young baby bird. He talking about the fact I'm in remedial math. We going off. Like,
Yo.
we going off.
No,
As you should.
it was Tyson versus Ali. Like dead ass. There wasn't
like
no
it.
slouches in that situation.
And
Not
Dave
at
was
all.
like, nah, we can't be doing this shit every day because we putting on too much of a show, yo. Fuck that.
You giving it away. I knew
Yeah.
then.
Wow.
I knew then. You gotta pay for this.
So
This the Patreon level.
Yes.
We might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this: We burn this bitch down, get us pissed. They don't listen to that shit. That's Tupac, West Coast music.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know who that
Don't
is.
do that.
We know.
I'm just fucking with you, dog.
You know, Pac was my first favorite rapper, right?
I did not fucking know that.
Until he switched up.
My first favorite rapper was Pac. After Tupac lives now, then I had I had Strictly for my niggas, but then I got stuck up and they stole that. So I didn't get.
Wait, nigga, hold on. Nigga robbed you, dog?
Yeah,
We've been robbed together twice.
Yeah,
Together?
These niggas do everything together.
Yeah, man, we done got robbed
together twice, yo.
Yeah,
damn, dog.
Almost got killed together a couple times.
Both times.
We just rolled past some niggas doing a carjacking. All of a sudden, it's a motherfucker hitting us from the back with a desert in the motherfucking window. We like, drive, nigga, drive.
Hell yeah, they chased us
We
down.
literally just go into the crib.
Fam, we saw New Jersey Drive. That shit was real?
Not that movie, but what happened to us was real.
Number one, fuck New Jersey Drive. But number two, yes, that shit was real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like when he describing though, but what he describing though is like, yeah, we was on the way home. We was actually about to drop him off at home. It was me, him, and my uncle was driving the car, and we rolled past him. They was carjacking somebody, but they had this big ass Desert Eagle, like it was outside the car pointed at him. So we just kept rolling. Like we was like, all right, we rolling. So we was like, damn, did you see that big ass gun? I'm telling you, like 10 seconds later, boom. We was like, oh shit. So they started chasing us, and we was just, my uncle was on the gas, yo, and we like, yo, these niggas really just chase us down for riding by. Like, yeah,
right,
so
what? Yeah.
We had to lose them. Yeah, well, we lost them, or they gave up probably. But either way, they was definitely. Yeah, so and then like I said, other times me and this dude, we on the way home, we coming up the hill, two dudes coming at us. Oh, you know that cross the street when they cross the street on you, and you like, why is this dude crossing the street? Yeah. So the two dudes crossed, caught us right at the corner, right on the curb, right. Put the gun right up under my chin, and Dave right here.
Damn.
So, yeah, we standing there, we talking, but we I don't, like I said, me and him had already kind of did this before, so I was pretty calm. Like
it's odd how cool you get with a gun in your face.
Yeah.
Yo, and I'm thinking,
I'm real cool when it's like the fourth time. You're like, yeah, all right.
And I'm thinking, you know what? It's so close. I probably won't even feel it if he do shoot me. So just chill. You know what I'm saying?
That's the mindset.
I mean, I couldn't think of nothing else. What else was I gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do? I'm Michael Jai White. What you want me to do? Like
Michael Jai White got them hands.
Boy, and feet.
Well, no. So and I had a bag. It was like a bag with just promo stuff in it, like magazines and shit, flyers, and it was on my wrist instead of in my hand. So he wasn't looking away from me. I'm looking him dead in his eyes because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna look at you to see what you're doing. And he tried to reach down and grab the bag, but he didn't know it was on my wrist and not my hands. And he's like, let go of the bag. I was like, yo, I'm not holding the bag. He didn't want to look. Because he didn't want to look away from me.
Shot for wrist placement.
Yeah.
He didn't want to look away from me, and I'm not looking away from him. So then he finally felt he take the bag or whatever. They ain't even get nothing from us, but then he was like, all right, whatever, go ahead, right? So we walking. They start walking right behind us in the same direction. Now Dave start talking shit now. Now Dave talking shit. He like, yo, I'm about to fuck one of these niggas up. I'm like, yo. I'm like, chill. We talking, we mumbling like a motherfucker. We're like, yo, it's probably not even no bullets in that fucking gun. Like we was plotting, like we was like, yo, and we got around. Yo,
don't ever think it's not bullets in the gun.
No, but we just felt like they was pussy after that. We was mad. Like,
you know what the problem was?
Now?
Yo, Los,
you
know what the problem was? I had already snuffed a nigga with a gun, and I was like, my heart was too. It was no Kool-Aid in it, so I was like, we can take him. I'll do
invincible.
Dog, yeah, you gotta have dog. When there's a gun, please have a little Kool-Aid.
I was 17. I had my first big purchase. It was a $350 leather jacket. I was going to work. I was going to earn my bread, and some crackhead tried to pull out on me at the bus stop, and I just stole on him and ran for a very long time.
So that was you getting off on a nigga with a gun?
Yeah, I had to, man. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I had been jacked before plenty of times. I was like, yo, I ain't even know how else to respond. I was like, you're not even holding it right.
Nah, yo.
I can get robbed 6 times, but number 7, I'm knocking a nigga out.
You know what I'm saying?
My limit.
The first time We walking from school. Dudes caught us right at the corner. Boom, jumped on my back, hit me up against the fence. Had Dave standing there because Dave was kind of bigger that at the time. You know what I'm saying? So look, now
There's
I'm trying
two
to.
motherfuckers
Now
on
look,
me.
we
And
yeah,
one
it's
got
two
him in the headlock.
on the fence. I'm on the fence, but look, we know everybody walking from school, so here I go again. I'm trying to stall because I'm like, yo, somebody gonna come. And so I'm like literally in the headlock on the fence, like, oh wait, I think I see my cousin. Look over there, there go my cousin. It's people, these people
He
stopping
holding
at,
a
I'm
CD
buffing and
boombox.
shit.
He
It's people
holding this
stopping at the
other.
light. It's like, oh, y'all better leave them boys alone. We like, yo, it was crazy. They had Dave take off his jacket. He gave him his book bag, gave him his jacket, which was a Columbia Yankee. It was dope. Gave him the jacket. Then he snatched his book bag back, which had all his music and shit in it, and they ain't do shit. And now he like,
Yo.
I had a radio, and they like, give us the radio, and I'm like, nah, hold up. Hold up. And Dave like, give him the damn radio.
Because at that point, where he hadn't seen, they had him in the headlock, and the two little niggas flashed on me. So I was like, listen,
I can't run up
Listen.
now.
there's an L taken. Let's
Yeah.
let's just leave with our
That little nigga
lives.
might let that hoe
No.
off.
Dog,
That
I
shit was
consider
funny.
myself.
The
Go
worst,
ahead.
the worst epilogue of that story of all is that like a few months later, these niggas show up at our high school.
No, it was
and
the
we
next
end up-
day.
it was a little bit later. But we end up finding out that they was with some nigga that used to go to school with us.
No,
and
he
was up
came
the
and
block.
told us. He came and told us.
He was up the block when the shit happened. He came to
He
see
was in
us
the
at
car.
school.
He was in the car that they
Yeah,
drove away in.
came
And
to see us at
he
school,
couldn't see us
man.
on the street to tell them not to get us. So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
came to the
yeah.
school to apologize to us.
Right.
And Dave was like, I should whoop your ass.
I was like, where my shit at? Where
He
my
ain't
shit at?
accept the
If you
apology.
Yeah,
come
I
back-
don't need
I
that
accepted
shit.
it.
Give
I
me my
accepted it,
motherfucking
but he ain't
material.
accept it. He ain't accept it. I accept
Nah, hell nah. Fuck you, nigga.
He
You was
had to
standing
come.
right there. Well, your man flashed on me.
Nah, he
And
was all the way up the street.
you
was
got
all
my
the
Yankee
way up the
Columbia,
street.
Yeah,
bro.
fuck you.
He was all the way up the street. And look, the setup they had was like, look, we came right past the building. So they jumped on whoever came past that corner. So it was like they didn't even look at us. It was just like we came past the corner, boom, they jumped on us.
It was the
So-
most after school special ass shit ever.
But yeah, me and like we said, we done did a whole bunch of stuff together, good, bad, and been wild out, man. We done been in car accidents, all types of shit.
Too much.
Dog, I consider myself a real street nigga, hood nigga, raised in the hood. I've never had a gun pulled on me. I
Damn.
don't know how to react to that shit.
your fucking
Like,
And
how
we
do
the
you deal
nicest
with that
people.
as a team?
We
Count
are
your
nice
blessings,
guys.
man.
We are super
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
We should
We
not
just
have
grew up
guns pulled
in-
on
we
us.
just- We just grew up in a place. I mean, like, I always talk about how when I meet cats from like Louisiana or just really any hood, you know, we connect because we got that same like poverty ass experience. And,
Yeah.
and when you think about like, you know, the Ninth Ward or somewhere, the worst part you could think of any hood, North was that, but it was this fucking small. So all the wolves, you ain't even got no. They live in the apartment next to you. They not even. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta
Yeah.
walk about like it was times where I had to literally walk like if like my house is 2 blocks this way. I gotta walk 3 blocks out the way because the shit that's in the middle ain't what that is.
Yeah.
Ain't
You know what I'm
worth it.
saying?
Word
I
of the
tell you this:
walk.
first time my daughter saw a fight, I think she was probably like 3 or 4. We was just at the gas station, and 2 people just started fighting outside the window.
Sound about
And
right.
I had to explain to her, like, that's gonna happen sometimes. Don't worry about
Niggas
it.
get busy.
Crazy.
Niggas get busy out here. This is what it
And
is.
it wasn't even 2 regular dudes. It was definitely 2 fiends
Ah,
going
yeah,
at
they
each
get
other.
active
Like,
anyway.
Yo,
yeah. So
Man, when I was like 6 years old, I'm walking down the block from my crib with my sister and my cousin, and like right on the bus stop by my house, casually these 2 crackheads is fighting. There's a man and a woman. The
Casually.
dude done bust a bottle on her eye. Damn near cut the shit out, and I walked right past that shit. My sister's like, "Come on," and like that was the shit that was like Tuesday. So like, like as we grew up, we just navigated that shit, and it's funny because like my kids, I got a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 13-year-old. They ain't
Them
seen
kids, whoa, them kids that old now,
Yeah,
though.
bro, I got 2 college kids, my nigga.
Oh my fucking
And
god!
an 8th grader.
13?
I knew
Yeah.
these kids when they was this big,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Wow.
You was around when Caden was born, bro.
That's
He
bananas,
just turned
dog.
13. But yeah, like they ain't seen. I mean, they've been on vacation to Jersey. Like the first, let me tell you how hood my kids is by proxy. The first thing my son did when we went to Jersey for the first time, was get his name cut in the side of his head. I'm like, you, what the fuck? What you know about that?
I mean,
That
he in
was,
Jersey.
Yeah,
I mean, but
that's
it
the
wasn't
place to
even
do it.
Energy.
anything.
Yeah.
He just was like, I want my name in my head. I was like,
When in Rome.
It's the energy. You feel it?
You feel me?
But yeah, man, they ain't never experienced nothing like that. And when I tell them about the stories that me and him, or just me or him and by ourselves went through, they be like, yo.
And it's good that they haven't experienced that because
Oh,
what's normal
absolutely.
to us
Absolutely.
ain't normal to most human beings. That's
Oh, man.
they're horror stories.
Yeah.
I mean,
to
that's
most people.
Yeah, that's why we get up and work every day, so they don't have to
Yeah.
experience this shit, right?
Yeah,
100%.
yep. It's funny to me. Like sometimes it's hard because I feel like I get a little desensitized. I mean, I already do a lot of acting, in scenes that are very tense, and then when real stuff come, I got to be like, oh shit, this real life. Like I have to really remind myself. Like, so it's good that like I don't have like a panic button.
Yeah.
But sometimes
yeah.
I move a little slow because I'm like, oh, that car is really flipping through the air. That shit look fire.
Yeah, no, I do have
In a
that.
movie.
I have that same shit. I have that, like, it's the spatial awareness and shit slows down. And it mightn't be bad, but you see every fucking thing in the room.
Yes, sir.
Just because you're so used to being on the swivel. So, I guess it's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rap, like
Yo.
we had a guest, about 3 weeks ago?
Who we talking about?
I'm talking about Acquired Nuts.
Oh yeah.
So we had a guest.
I know that name.
We hadn't put it out. Because we recorded it like we record now. It wasn't a live show.
Yeah.
But the nigga was just casually talking about rappers. He brought up Drake. Then he brought up Dow Jones.
Really?
Yes, just out of the blue. And
Yeah.
it took me by surprise. And I didn't even mention it on the show.
Yeah.
But I was like, me, Dow, and this nigga and Blaze was about to do an album.
That's wild.
It's
DFW
crazy, dog.
Slaughterhouse shit. Yeah.
But it fell apart because Blaze wanted his picks of beats. I didn't give a fuck. But you know what I'm saying? It's amazing that the world is so small, my boy.
Yeah.
That dude ran across Dow Jones, and like Dow Jones, I was just messaging him about making us a fucking website.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But you wanna tell these folks about how we ran it, how we met. I met you on DFW, but I approached you first, my nigga. So how did we link?
No, nigga, like, calm down. I'm not taking credit. I got you. Nah, but what it was, I say 14, 15 years ago or so, we was both kind of grinding on the DFW circuit as far as getting our music out. Me with my wife doing a co-op, Los and the DDC, Dirty Dialect Click. Those is like some of the better. We gravitated. JD, me and Doc was talking about this last night. Whenever we kind of like go into scenes, we don't go from the bottom up. We like kind of hit the top niggas at first. So
Yeah.
they were that, Los and them were that kind of level. He was doing a lot of shows and shit like that. We were doing shows. I don't know if we were doing the speak up at the time, but I know we were throwing our own like album release parties. So when we moving like that, we all had like mutual friends through Head Crack, shit like that. So Dog hit me up after we had been like bullshitting on the forum and was like, "Yo, I got this track, and I want to see if you want to get on it." And it was him and this other cat like Bavu Blake's, like he's like one of the upper
He's
echelon
one,
MCs.
bigger underground cats in Texas.
So I was like, damn, okay. I mean, I didn't even know you was familiar with me like that because the DDC clique, they shit had a lot more street to it. And, me and Money go a little more like, rapidy rap. So I don't be all in my head thinking those cats is looking out for us. But you find out quickly that, game recognized game. So, he connected and been like, we really just been just super cool ever since. And we keep doing these like failed collabs and shit. It's my fault. Cause I be bullshitting. Like
It's not your fault.
I just get to the point where I be like, time goes past, and we were supposed to had an album out together and shit. We had the Crown Royal shit. That was a laugh. Hey, bro, I told JD yesterday about the Assalamu Alaikum story.
The what?
I didn't make that show. You gotta tell Barry, dog.
You wasn't there? I thought thought you was there.
I didn't go to that show.
God. So Barry, bro. All right. So the Crown Royal group. Okay. So like Lo said, is me, him, the homie Dow, we the brothers, and then Blaze One is the white dude. And like Blaze
I'm
One, since
familiar with Blaze.
since I've known him, he's kind of been like on some like lightweight identity crisis shit. And he changed who he was pretty often during the period of time I know him. So in this period, he was the Philly Muslim dope dealer nigga that was popping more shit and more street than the black dudes in the group. Cause mind
What?
you, cause look, okay, so mind you, Crown Royal was like a slaughterhouse kind of thing that he'd been trying to build
Yeah.
for a minute. He always dealt with the blacker side because that's his, he fucked with black folks, he got a black baby mom, had black son, shit like that. So the first iteration of Crown Royal was like I think Class and Truck. It was a couple of the DDC cats, and then at some point, I think Blaze was feeling like they was out hooding them because of course, and then he started kind of like figuring out who else to fuck with. And then, he already had relationships with the three of us, and we were the more kind of lyrical version of, the Dallas MC. And I think Dog was probably closer to what Blaze was looking for, is like more street edge. Me and Dow were fucking like Talib Kweli and Mos Def. I hate them niggas. I don't want to
Backpack
compare
guy.
myself
Big
to them.
backpack.
But on another level. So we tried to do the like little slaughterhouse thing, and we legit did 2 songs. Motherfuckers went crazy. We was performing all over the place, and then at some point, I don't know, Blaze got in some weird bag, and we wasn't fitting in that bag no more. And so it literally crashed and burned after 2 fucking songs. But it was
2
fire. Like,
songs.
Tell him the thing. Tell him the Assalamu alaikum
Yeah,
part.
okay,
I'm
so
about to say,
we
I'm
need
about to
that
say,
story.
what
I
is the
forgot.
Assalamu
My bad. I went too far on the defense. So the couple shows we did, we do one in this little hood spot. It's in a hotel out in like I want to say
What?
Bedford, kind of like the
Fort
HEB
Worth area.
some shit. Yeah, down south Dallas. I mean down south Fort Worth, whatever. And so we in here. It's some nigga shit. Like we in this hotel bar. The shit is surrounded. We like on a platform of stairs and shit. We don't even have a stage. We just in the middle of the walkway where everybody had to come with their drinks and shit like that. At some point, they shut down all the kind of traffic, and everybody's like, "Yo, surround the stage. These cats about to
Okay.
perform." So we get up there. I didn't know you wasn't there, Los, but we do
I
this.
didn't come.
We do the songs. We only got 2, and in the Rushmore song, which was the most popular song, Blaze has the last verse, and this motherfucker start. Now, mind you, he's white. He's not like he's not like olive. He's not like tan and no shit
Yeah,
like
he
that.
white.
He's white.
He's Caucasian.
He's got the freeway beard and the fucking like Carhartt shirt and the Scully tilt at the top. Like it's crazy. It looks crazy. The first bar in his verse is Assalamu alaikum. He does this in a room full of niggas, right? And it's like the shit rolls over. It's cool. Everybody daps us up. I don't even think they was expecting nobody to rap that night. It was a goddamn football game on. It was like we came in to eat fucking wings and watch the fucking Cowboys, and these niggas is rapping. But all right, they got that off. So we in the parking lot, everybody dapping up, whatever. The most poetically justice shit that could ever happen happened. We standing there, motherfuckers coming out, dapping us up at the show, blah, 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 blah. White dude comes up. Only white dude in the place. I ain't seen him at all. He's there with his girl. Young white dude. He's like, "Oh man, that was awesome, guys. I didn't even know there was gonna be a performance tonight. That was great. You guys killed it." And then this motherfucker turns to Blaze and goes, "Dude, assalamu alaikum?" And
The white dude?
Yo, the white dude. He called him out. That shit was the funniest I had ever fucking seen in
a
real life.
standard white man?
Bruh, yeah, no, he ain't right. No tats. He ain't got no
standard.
fucking
Yeah, standard
gold teeth,
issue.
nothing. Waldo
On a
looking at
polo and
shit.
some khakis.
Bro, he
That's
came and said,
crazy.
"Dude, assalamu alaikum." I was done.
Yeah,
I got in the car immediately. I was like, I'm finished here.
Dog.
You lost that battle.
Listen.
Yeah.
He got checked by Connor?
Yeah, but yeah.
That's wild, bro.
Connor with one end.
Chase wasn't feeling that shit, bro. Chase was not with it.
Assalamu alaikum?
That shit was hilarious.
Blaze hard though, dog. He can
Oh
rap.
yeah, boy got flow.
Listen, Blaze got a lot of talent, man, and I always felt like, if he kind of like settled on just being himself and pushing that, then that would have won. But I mean, we all had our fucking foibles and shit. That's why we
We
doing
do.
this. You know what I'm saying? And either way, man, it was fun times, man. I love that shit. For a little while, niggas thought we was the Dallas slaughterhouse, so whatever.
Hey,
Dog, when that shit dropped, the first show we did, Dow Jones cut the music and said some shit about like, I know y'all in here hating, we better than everybody in the building. I'm like, Dow. You know what I'm saying?
And Dow,
Shit,
Dow,
he wasn't wrong.
I'm about to say I got no problem with that
He,
statement.
he wasn't wrong, but it was a lot of niggas in there that
You
was.
gotta stick your claim, bro.
the best part about
How
this
else
shit,
niggas gonna know if you don't let niggas know?
yo, the best part about that shit is Dow is a fucking Yoda ass, recluse ass nigga. This nigga will drop a classic album and you don't hear from this nigga for 7 years. And then he show
That's
up,
Dow.
won't even look up from the floor when he rhyming and kill everybody in the room and then tell you
Right.
nobody in Dallas fucking with us. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Niggas took
yeah.
that
Are
to
you
heart.
fucking with you?
Yeah,
Right?
took that to heart.
Right.
Niggas was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we need to go away. But then it just imploded. And I mean, but
After
shit.
two songs, dog.
But I
Who's
mean,
up?
like he said though, that boy Blaze changed his stripes a lot. He be a folk singer,
He does.
country.
He's
he
doing it.
rapping.
He's trying to get on,
Hey,
and
I get it,
I
man.
don't hate it.
nah.
I don't hate it because he's trying to find his lane to make him pop. But I always felt like he was an MC that didn't need to do that.
Exactly.
I thought he had the
Exactly.
skill
Exactly.
to just win off his bar.
If Blaze just settled on who Blaze wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? He could have just been, that. Like it's funny. You know who kind of made me think of Blaze? And I know if he watched this shit, he gonna send me some fucking hate mail or some shit. Fuck you, Blaze. I love you, lightweight. But
Hey.
he reminded me of like a Logic, bro. If he would have kind of stayed in his lane, just kind of this guy who ain't really trying to be too street and just
Logic
trying
can
to be.
fucking rap.
Yeah, exactly. And Blaze can fucking rap.
Yeah.
That's why he was in our pedigree, because that nigga can fucking rap. It wasn't no slight shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just, personality shit. You're not always gonna, work out with everybody. So, whatever. I wish them the best. And, meanwhile I'm sitting here building Legos and talking to you niggas.
You feel me? On to the next thing. You feel me?
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
JD, you still doing it? Like you have any roles coming? My nigga, I love Pootie Tang. That is a cult. Look, dog, you
Hold up.
laughing.
Now you about to say something good about Pootie Tang, but you shit on Midnight Marauders?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Pootie Tang
Okay.
entertained me. Midnight Marauders did not.
This nigga want to get
Okay, but I appreciate you.
Froggy, Q-tip. Froggy, Q-tip, nigga.
Yo,
wrong.
Yes.
all right, look.
Not
First
wrong.
off,
I got a
appreciate
bitch. Y'all
that.
continue, man.
First off,
Froggy,
He gonna start to sit.
Froggy,
Then,
Q-tip.
and he gonna start to shit and then leave you hanging. You know what? Walk out on that nigga, Barry.
This nigga
Fuck
need to
that.
pull up on.
Listen, that's some
You don't need
bullshit.
to pull on a damn pamper.
it depends.
Shit. Nigga, why?
Nigga need a fucking shit bag. What's wrong
That
with
boy
him?
came out here and dropped a hate bomb and ran off. Only Lowe's, boy. That's some Lowe's ass shit.
Like, nah, man. But yeah, one of the things, the reason that I did do Pootie Tang, like, I mean, other than the fact is obviously is Chris Rock, know, and whoever else was gonna be in it, but because I didn't really get what it was when I first read the script. I was like, I got to the part in the beginning where he comes out to drop the car wash, and I just closed the script. Like, I don't even need to read this. Like, nah.
Nah, we remember we was living together at the time, and we read that shit. Like we I didn't always read his scripts because I didn't want to be, corny as shit. It's like, that's your business. But he was like, yo, you gotta read this shit. So he had already read it, and I read it, and I got to the point where, when Missy come and help produce the song with no sound, I was like, nigga, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
Nigga,
Yo,
that was
bro, I
cold.
couldn't read that at all, and it was like, and like I said, like all of his wording was written out. All of that nonsense gibberish was written
All of
out
it.
in the
No
script.
shit.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, this
How
I
did he
can't read
read it?
this. You can't, like, it's ridiculous. And
Yo,
then so I went
read.
and I just did it, but I was like this. I was like, I know one thing. This is gonna be so stupid that it's going to be a classic. It's never
Exactly.
gonna go away. People gonna watch this forever.
Who said that?
So
Yes,
bad
sir.
it's good.
I
I
love
was like,
that
I
shit.
have to. I'm dying to get in this. And then, like I said, I got a chance to meet Chris Rock, JB Smooth, Louis
Yeah.
C.K., like everybody, Lance. Everybody was cool, man. Everybody was so cool, and it was great to
And
do.
I was
Reggie
thoroughly
Cathy,
entertained.
to R.I.P. Reggie Cathy,
Yeah.
like
I was on
we
the
had a
set
good
with
time,
him when
man.
he was there. It was me, him. We met Louis C.K. Wiz was there. Yeah, shout out to the bro.
CK was a writer on there?
He was
He
the
wrote
director.
the whole shit.
Yeah,
I
he wrote
didn't
and
know
directed the
that.
shit. Yep.
That's his character. Yeah. And
CK a
oh yeah, and we
motherfucker.
was up there that day. That day,
Sexually harassing
you just reminded me that day when we was up there with Robert Vaughn,
Yeah.
the lady who plays Stifler's mom,
Yup. Oh yeah.
Hey.
and
Yeah.
we was like in this crowded ass penthouse because they had all the equipment up there, but it was just us and shit. But we was up there just chilling, yo. It was crazy. But yeah, that was one of them days we was there. I think Chris might have been there too that day. I'm not sure, but I think
I didn't meet him, but they said he was out there because it was a set. So I mean, he was
And-
doing the fucking job.
yeah. So
Yeah,
but we
with
used to
some
just
hangers
float
on
around,
and
man.
shit.
Pootie Tang was weird as hell. It was goofy as hell, but I definitely had fun doing it, man.
Yo,
Missy,
remember-
got a chance to hang out with Missy and kick it with her. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah, it
We
was a
snuck
big,
in the
it was a big
movies to
deal.
see that shit when it came out. Like legit. Like this nigga, we had the hoods on and the shades in the theater and shit like
My
this.
nigga,
I
why would
wasn't
you
paying
sneak
for
in the
that.
movie where your man's in it?
Because it was
We
Pootie
know
Tang,
it was
bro.
me and him together. It was his idea.
Say,
Shit,
It was Pootie
his
Tang, bro.
fucking idea.
Like
I
I've
give a
seen,
fuck.
we went to see the other couple of movies that I've been in that have been on the
Yeah.
screen, no problem. But Pootie Tang, bruh,
That
It
bitch
was-
is a cult classic, dog.
it's gonna stay a damn cult classic too.
Yeah. Fuck Booty
said,
Tang, dog.
You
I
seen
dare
Wanda?
them to, I
Wanda
dare
said-
them to
Wanda
remake
said
that
no.
shit. I dare niggas to remake Pootie Tang.
nah, you can't touch nothing like that.
When I say, look,
Recast Pootie.
when I saw the grown lady kicking him out, throwing his
Boy,
big wheel
throwing
out
his
the
big-
wheel.
That shit was funny. That's funny to
That
me.
shit started
That was funny.
Yo, that was
She
some
said,
black.
"Damn you,
Kick your
Pootie."
shit.
Yo, you know why I love that shit? It was black
That was
absurdist at its finest. Like
Yes.
the part where it's funny because I said the shit about reading the scene where he got a silent song and that shit looked stupid as hell. Missy was in the script and everything, so they knew she was gonna be in it and all that. And when you see that shit and it's actually funny, I was like, they got that off.
Yeah,
No.
They
man.
got this shit off.
And
I was like on the
you-
page, I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen, but I laughed my ass off when I seen it.
And you know what else about it too? It's one of those things where it's like even if it's not funny when you first see it, the more you watch it, you're gonna be like, wait a minute. Now this shit is just funny because it's like somebody just tell you the same joke enough that you kind of just roll into it, and now you're like, there you go, that punchline.
At some point, you laughing because they laughing. It ain't
Yo,
even a joke no more.
like the girl how he gave her the milk outside, and it's
Bruh.
like I'm like, bro,
Nah,
like,
my favorite
shit.
yo, my favorite shit in there is when he was whipping the bullets with his fucking ponytail. I was
Boy,
like,
hey.
this is the
Fucking
pinnacle
ponytail.
of stupidity,
Hey,
nigga. This is the stupidest shit I ever seen recorded, and I love it.
Superhero, man.
Man, that shit was hilarious, nigga.
That shit was
And then it
crazy.
wasn't even like my man Lance Cruthiel, who played Pootie Tang, shout out. It wasn't even like he was like giving the Academy Award winning performance,
Nah,
bro.
but he was in it though.
Having fun.
In it though.
He was Pootie Tang. Like that's just really how Pootie Tang act. If you ever had to do Pootie Tang, you gotta do it like that. Ain't no other Pootie Tang. Ain't no other way to do Pootie Tang.
Yo,
Like that.
my
When
favorite
my nigga
remnant.
went in the studio and cut all the damn
All
knobs
them bitches
down.
You know what I'm saying? Slid them shits, yeah. Bro.
Fam, look, I love
Dumbass
Pootie Tang.
movie. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I say that I've been in some of the greatest, dumbest shit in the world. So I'm proud of it. I'm still proud
Hey,
of it though.
thing about Pootie Tang, I think it came out. It was exactly what it was meant to be, though.
Oh for sure. Oh for sure.
You
Like
know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
man.
So
Yeah,
when you look
it
at
really
some
was.
of the shit that end up being cult classics on the white side, it's like they get to be goofy and shit. Like, why
oh,
can't
hell
we
yeah,
be
Exactly.
absurdist and bug the fuck out too? You know what I'm saying? And then it's written
yeah,
by. I mean, it's kind of like pushed forward by one of the greatest comic minds on both sides, Chris Rock. So like, yeah, you can't
yeah.
even front on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Now y'all making me think and shit. He said, "How I forget Pootie was at the damn farm when I was talking about Pootie being at the farm."
yeah, that nigga
Dumb shit.
Dirty
JB
Dan
stupid.
Henchman and shit.
Dumb as hell.
That nigga JB
Dog.
stupid.
Yes.
Look, so we do a podcast about shit like we speak about sports, relationships. We touch music sometime. For people who don't watch No Country, what is y'all target audience? What do y'all guys talk about?
I think mainly what we try to stay in the lane of is pop culture, and right now we kind of whittling down what it is that people do want to hear from us, and getting used to our audience and everything like that. So we do. It depends on what's the long form or the short form. We'll do some short reactions. We'll definitely do some musical reviews. We try some tier lists, or we'll just talk. We'll give out what we call them Marvin Awards, which is just people that do the dumbest shit. It's like the Darwin Award, but you're too dumb to be a Darwin. You a Marvin. So, and we give out as long as the person don't die, they can win.
Yeah.
And so it's like us just trying to find a niche. But pretty much, we sit around, pop our shit. You know what I'm saying, and have a
Yeah.
good time.
I mean, we do a lot of riffing, I think, in some areas, but we've done interviews too. We've
Yep.
done like the regular podcast format. I think ultimately what No Country is going to be is just kind of like a window into like how we think, and then both of us being writers and actors and performers and shit like that, it's also kind of like the launching platform for other content that we got coming down. Scripted stuff, music videos, things like that from people from in the family. So it's really just kind of a launching pad for like because we've been talking about this shit since high school. Before it was D&D entertainment shit like that, and now it's kind of grown into No
Damn.
Country.
Whoa,
Yeah,
shit.
nigga, we going back.
That
You know what
nigga
I'm
said
saying? But I mean,
D&D.
it was always this thing where we figured we had enough talent and we had enough, content to really bring out to a broader audience. This is the first time really in like 20 years that we lived in the same space and can get our shit together. So, No Country was kind of like the thing that we putting out there to tease whatever's coming down the line. It's plenty of shit, man. I mean,
And also the kind of philosophy behind the whole No Country thing is like it came to this point where we was like, yo, it's people our age, but they acting mad funny. Like, so it feels like it's less and less of us. You know what I'm saying? That have this
Yeah.
kind of certain understanding, or at least a way to communicate. So when we talk about stuff, we saying it from this perspective, this Mohican shit, where it's like, yo, well, motherfuckers think that it's cool to do that shit now, but we don't. And this where we gonna talk about it from that perspective. So that's usually where we at with it. It's kind of like
Already.
non forgiving, non coddling, just real OG, 80s kids telling people how it is.
Already. Look, y'all do something like Rap had mentioned it a few minutes earlier, but you guys do full podcasts. You'll drop some shit about movie reviews. You'll jump into your top 10 best artists or something.
Right.
Like, ain't no hating. I'ma steal that shit.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, on it.
so
Go ahead.
game recognized, game
So,
recognized.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And I like that shit, dog.
Yeah.
Like everything doesn't have to be a 1 hour pod. Some
Absolutely.
things can be 20 minutes on a movie review. And I like that shit, dog, because y'all, I don't know if you peep their podcast at all. I rocked their merch before.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that shit is live. And I think when you do shit just like movie reviews, like that Black Panther joint y'all did, I'm like, oh my God, how do they have 50 views here, but you got 3,000 views on this bitch? You know what I'm saying? That shit was amazing, and I think we can capitalize on that shit.
Yeah,
for
You know
sure,
what I'm saying?
for sure.
I
Well,
think it's just
sometimes
finding what works for you.
yeah, and
Yeah,
we was talking
sometimes you can
earlier.
put out some great content and get very few views.
Exactly.
And then sometimes the algorithm or whoever the gatekeepers are say, you know what? Let's let everybody on his list see this.
My God.
We're not gonna mute it and push it down to the bottom of his timeline.
Yeah, and then like we said, like as we all learning and figuring out all of the little holes to fill in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dave is hitting on the hashtags, you know, and we doing our labeling and we trying to make sure we doing all the retweets and getting everything together, you know. So it's like, cause you know, obviously this shit is like a sieve, you know, it's a bunch of holes that we just got to keep plugging. So we just trying to figure out, you know, where that is, but we enjoying it and we trying to just pick stuff that, like we said, we really wanted everything to represent us. Like we weren't really picking on anything that or doing anything we wouldn't normally talk about, or you know, we don't really have an interest in, or we don't know about. You know, we definitely don't talk about shit we don't know about. So
Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is the genesis of it is, like I said earlier, was like, yo, podcasts are literally how we fucking talk. Like when we call each other or even be texting, it's like we literally are having podcast conversations all the time. And I know a lot of people out there is like, oh, here goes some more middle-aged niggas with podcasts. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause
and we'll end up on the phone for like 2 hours, 3 hours, don't even know it, and be like, damn.
And I'm like, people getting paid for this shit, so why the fuck?
Might as well do it on camera.
For real.
Yeah, somebody want to get this shit somewhere, you know. So I mean, and that's part of the multi-tiered approach. You know, we doing reviews, we doing reactions because we just trying to cast a bit of a wider net because we strike on different demographics. Like you got the hip hop side of it, the black side of it, but then we both, you know, heavy pop culture nerds. So it's like, you know, where you might see us talking about, you know, Lloyd Banks or Black Thought album, we get that crowd. You also might see us talking about Black Panther or you know, John Wick 4, and then you pull in that other crowd that's kind of on that.
And then this nigga bring a sex therapist on the show to interview and shit.
We had Goody on. He know Goody. That's fam. You know what I'm saying?
She did our first show.
She did our first episode.
Exactly.
And our highest viewed show.
Yes.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
you gonna talk that shit.
We trying to get into all those lanes that we naturally touch on versus, you know, just trying to make shit that's going to go out past where our demographic is, and then naturally I think that should blow. Same thing with y'all, man, because you know I've been watching y'all shit for a minute. I think we all kind of started around the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I've been watching y'all grow. I know Los, you super active on Facebook. That's not necessarily complimentary, but
keep this shit going.
I see, you know, the effect that it has on the viewership. So, you know, where I'm a little bit past, we both are a little bit past that constant social media engagement. We still trying to find ways to be engaged and bring in viewership. And, you know, right now I think it's going all right, man. You know, we got some nice little viewership.
Yo, man. I got a question for y'all though. Do y'all get on each other's nerves sometimes?
Not yet.
Not really.
Not yet.
How long y'all know each other?
Talk shit like he do, but
how long y'all know each other? How long y'all been cool?
How long we been cool?
Cool shit. I don't know. Not quite 30 years, but probably around that long.
Like,
but we wasn't never like no tight knit. We just knew each other from around the way.
It's like we went to school together. I'm a year older than Barry.
Okay.
So like we knew, like we both were gifted and talented.
Yeah.
So I knew him from there, but I didn't know him.
Right,
Then I started, you know, I got this Facebook following.
Yeah.
And he would start commenting on the post. And the nigga was clever as fuck.
You
know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, and people would come at me like, Los, you got this following on Facebook. You need to do a podcast.
Got to do a podcast.
So my thinking was, if I'm going to do a podcast, I have to find the perfect person to do it with me. Because I wouldn't want to sit in front of this camera alone.
Absolutely. Same here.
Every time this dude would post, I don't know if y'all watch the podcast, dog. You may dip in and dip out.
I see a lot of it.
Anytime there's an opening, he's going into the opening.
I love
you know what I'm saying?
I love it because you're gonna be the one that's a little bit out there, but he hit you with them solid, them darts.
Yes,
and you be like, oh.
Exactly.
Gotta keep him grounded, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought I was quick with it.
Right. Then
this motherfucker come on my show and he's quicker with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So It's perfect. I bring in the crowd. He's the talent. Y'all don't see DB, but DB
that's the talent.
That's the fucking talent. DB make the flyers. He do all this shit.
Shout to
Add
the
the
guy on the
videos.
boards. Shout to Stacks on the
Audio,
boards. When
merch,
we was
whatever you
doing our
want.
earlier, live shit, she was working on that. She did the No Country logo. So the shirt that you got, that's Money Stacks work. You know how I get down. You remember from the co-op, everything that was visual that we put out was touched by her. So I see my man work and salute that.
Yo, and
Oh
you know
yeah.
what was funny? Like y'all chemistry is that like he'll back you up, or you know what I'm saying, come with the finisher or whatever it is.
Right.
Me and this one, we just keep elevating each other's joke. We keep adding
Yeah,
on
yeah.
to the same joke.
It's improv.
We
I
just
love
keep
it.
going
It's
on the
improv.
same joke
Yeah.
until one of us is like, all right,
Nigga, stop.
that's the best one.
All right, we
That's
done.
the best one.
Right.
That's it.
We're gonna do this all day.
Yeah.
We could do this all, and that comes from the competition because we should have got first, but we got fifth in the what's the name shit.
Because we went over time.
You know what I'm saying? We went
By
over
1
time,
second.
but we was killing motherfuckers. So at that
That's why
point,
we
we was
couldn't
like,
stop.
all right, we gotta nutshell this shit. We gotta wrap it up, wrap that shit up. Be
in the competition, in the improv competition, like what the category we was in, like you're supposed to have it, like it's supposed to be like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, 3 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that, right? And they just they just give you a scenario and y'all just go. Now me and him, we would do this shit all day in school anyway. So we was already going, but we had the crowd.
We got greedy.
It was a classroom, and it was full of the people that
Yeah.
we was competing with and the judges. We had the people we was competing with dying, and we could not stop. We was on some Martin shit. We just couldn't stop.
It was too much.
So
it got too good.
And we needed to get this one last joke in. We went right over time with the one last joke. We had to stop, and that's how we ended up in fifth place. But motherfuckers almost couldn't even perform after we did that shit. They was like, God damn it. We tore it. We broke the room. We broke the fucking room. People was outside in the hallway wondering what the fuck was going on in there. They was like, yo,
but Los know because we used to do the same shit in Dallas. Like
Jive
it'll be
as
some
hell.
dry ass room. And motherfucking me and my wife come on that bitch and shut the whole shit down. All the air. And niggas is like, what the fuck just happened? Dog. Bro, we went to Tomcats one time. Now, Tomcats is not our fucking crowd. This shit is like a fucking gang scene in a 90s movie and shit. And I mean, like, it was thugs, pimps in that motherfucker. Me and Money
Throwback jerseys.
doing our goddamn marriage ass songs, our wife and kid ass songs, and them niggas was like, "Oh shit, all right." We was like, we was scared. We was like, "Y'all like this shit? All right, can we let us out alive, nigga? I claim no sets. I'm sorry.
Bangers bang, dog.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, I learned it that night. I was like, all right, okay.
Shit, y'all, man, dog.
It's fun, man.
Hey, first of all, hold up. Before you get into that, my main memories of Los from school.
Oh, here we go.
So, I first picked up the basketball. I was like 12 years old. I'm trying to get a little handle, a little jump shot. This nigga was already live as hell. So there was a boys club league. They dominated. His team was called Aerial Assault. You know, a bunch of cats from his hood.
Assault.
They just used to run through shit. Our little squad from my hood, we had one hoop and a bunch of cats who had just started. I get out there first game, they're like, all right, B, you check the little nigga with the ball. I got shit, bet. Hey, bro, my ankle's bad to this day. Bro, that nigga he was a menace, dog. You know, I be hating on him, but this nigga was a menace on the court. Like, no exaggeration. Whatever you want. You want the handles, you want the jumper, you want the finish. You want the dish, you know, like his game was too polished at crazy. 13. It made absolutely no sense. I'm like, how old is this nigga here, cuz?
Don't listen to him, dog.
This nigga a little 23-year-old out here.
He wearing a basketball jersey right now. He ready to go.
Nigga, that's
man,
his jersey. That's his jersey. He bought his own jersey.
He was Kenny Anderson out there, dog. I was like, man, how you gonna tell me to guard this nigga? I just started hooping.
Man.
Rap.
Yo.
Look, dog. I know y'all ain't hoopers. You don't speak on sports or anything like that. But I did have a question, a legit question for you.
Yeah.
This is my thing with the second phase of MCU. Is it becoming watered down, bro?
I keep hearing about that shit, right? And it's keep being the topic of conversation. This is how I feel about it. they started back from the beginning.
Okay.
They hit Endgame, they hit a natural end of the whatever Infinity Saga, and
Yep.
then this is the new ramp up to where they going.
Yeah.
And like, while the shit that's been in this past phase hasn't been on the level of the last three, like they built up to them three, and
They
now they
did. They
trying to
did.
introduce new motherfuckers. They phasing out the old people. They trying to build out what's coming, and I feel like this is a transitional phase. I haven't really thought the shit that been coming out has been as bad as people say, but I definitely see where it don't have the same weight as the shit that came before. But then when you look at everything that's come out thus far, it's setting up bigger shit. So if
Of
you want
course.
to through the next couple phases, this is the launching pad for that. But right now, it's in a weird kind of flux. They don't look. They set this shit up to try to fucking make money off of it ad infinitum. Like they've been making money off the old school Disney movies for 80 years at this point. They want to do enough with this Marvel shit to do the same thing. So they're just trying to pad the they're not gonna give you all the fire shit right then.
I've
Yo,
been enjoying the stuff
So
though.
yeah.
that
So I'm
sound
like,
like that sound good.
Oh
But
Lord.
like we were saying before, DC is marveling and Marvel is starting to DC now. They
Uh-oh.
kind of
I can
fucking it
see
up.
that. I can see
They
that.
fucking it up.
Look, I can see this. The DC shit, they got a chance to catch up on it. But if Marvel keep pushing forward
Keep
and
fucking it up. They
executing shit,
direction. They say they have a direction, but it feels like what? It feels like a bunch of loose strings attached to the same ball.
You're not wrong.
That's what
You
I
know what I'm
think.
saying?
Not wrong.
So and then it's like y'all already skipping over like I remember when Iron Man first came out, they like, all right, we're gonna do Infinity War. I'm like, yo, how are y'all gonna do Infinity War? Because if somebody walk in the theater while Infinity War is going on, either their head is gonna explode or they just gonna get confused and leave. Like y'all can't do that. But then as they started building up to it, I was like, okay, I see how y'all doing this and where you trying to go. And they did it. They did a good job, got there. But now it's like I thought that they was going, at least go through some more stories. Like tell some more Iron Man stories. Tell some more, Spider-Man stories. Nah, we
this is
just
the
gotta
problem. They
go to
spread
this.
themselves-
And they
spread
skipped over
themselves
all
too
that,
thin.
killed the nigga. Now we on to the next whole universe, next phase, and now it's like all this stuff rolling around, and then it's just like
I
they
think
skipping all the good stories. They just making shit up.
look. I think they won too much in the beginning. I think this is Wu Tang
A lot of
after the
wins.
first stretch of solo albums, and niggas is trying to find themselves down the line. Now, do we know if it's gonna get any better? No, because that's a list of diminishing returns when you speak after like the first couple Wu Tang albums and the first solo albums. Then like some motherfuckers went up here, some niggas went down here. They died. So I think we kind of in that like post Wu Tang forever. Like, all right, where's it gonna go? Are they gonna come back? Are they gonna be like Ghosts and still like put out dope shit down the line, or be like Meth and kind of lay low and come back later on, or is it going to be just played out? Because, like, honestly, I think more than anything, it's just fatigue, bro. Like, this shit is a lot. I was talking to my kids about it. I was like, yo, I watched like 90% of the shit I watch is like some kind of MCU or something based. And I'm like, even if I like it, I'm just tired. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah,
No, but I think, like I said, I think that also goes into the thing of they got this train rolling and they just keep doing shit. Just tell me a story. Just tell me an Iron Man story and I can chill.
Yeah.
Just tell me another Iron Man story. I can chill. But when it's like every time something happens, somebody got to go through something and we got to go to the next thing or introduce another character that nobody even liked. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are y'all doing? Just give me some Iron Man stories. Give me some. Fuck, it's so hard about that.
Hey, but I think the problem is like that first wave was the trajectory was so crazy.
I'm with it.
You'll never be able to recreate that. But I think you gotta at least try to be linear with your storylines. Give me something to build up on a little bit. Like the shows are nice, the
You know who
movies
did
are
a
nice.
good job at it? You know who did a good
Yeah.
job? Hugh Jackman did a good job with the. I mean, even though the Wolverine movies wasn't all good, but he made sure that he gave us Wolverine stories.
Gave you a
It's just
line.
like
And Logan, one of my
You know,
favorites ever.
Yeah,
Logan
Logan was
is
the fire.
Logan is
fire.
a top 3 hero movie.
But it was just
Listen,
like a Wolverine story. It wasn't like, oh, Wolverine story. Now it's
this
like this gotta go with this. You know what I'm
this
saying?
my
None of those
this my
shits was linked.
biggest issue. This my biggest issue with where all of the comic book shit is now. DC, Marvel, whatever. Once you start getting into the multiverse lanes, now you giving yourself an out when you make some whack shit. So now that takes the quality,
Facts. Facts.
control fact away because and this is something that I blame as much as I love the Christian Bale trilogy. I blame this shit directly on that. Once Begins came out, and motherfuckers was like, yo, oh shit, Batman is dope again. After two whack ass Batman movies, then all the studios was like, yo, these motherfuckers' memory is this long. And so they
Yep.
came out with that Superman movie that was ass, right? Superman Returns. Then they came back like less than 5 years later with Man of Steel. So now in these motherfuckers' minds, they done
Trash.
already got to the point in the multiverse where it's like, yo, we do some straight up ass shit. We could do another series or a movie next year that's like, we blipped all that out. So now we got a situation where these motherfuckers is taking liberty with storytelling that you wouldn't normally have with some linear shit. It's kind of like Star Wars, why these motherfuckers keep going back to some shit before this last sequel trilogy. Like, you're not
I
doing new shit. You keep
I
doing shit.
appreciate that.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? And I love these franchises, but it's like, bro, if you're gonna keep rotating in the same circle and shit, at a certain point, it don't even matter how good it is. Who fucking wants to keep seeing Luke Skywalker? Y'all done killed this nigga. You done made him young again. You made him old again. All right, find some new shit and move the fuck on.
And
But
Marvel
What?
and whatever made Marvel decide to switch up that slate at the very end when they decided to push the Captain Marvel joint and then push back Black Widow and whatever they was doing at the end of that messed
that
them up a
fucks
lot
shit up.
too.
Yeah, that fucks shit
that,
up.
that messed
When
them
they
up a
had to
lot
do the
for some
pandemic
reason.
shift, yeah,
Yeah, doing
I
all
believe
that
that for
juggling,
sure.
and then they
Yeah,
was like, all right, well now we here with it, so let's just keep going. And it's like, nah,
Yeah.
y'all got to get back to that. Like I said, I think if they would just get back to this, the simplicity of just
yeah,
establish the characters and just do a
I,
story on the
I
character.
thoroughly enjoyed Shang-Chi and the Ten
yeah.
Rings. Though.
That bitch was hard.
That
Five
was
rings.
hard, man. It's
It
still
was 5.
dope
I
script
thought it was
coming out
five
of it.
rings. Was it 10 rings? I
Yeah,
don't know.
10 rings.
But look,
10.
Got
dog,
two arms, nigga. 5 is uneven. Come on,
my
bro.
thing with the new wave is what are you gonna do with Miss Marvel? What are you gonna do with She-Hulk?
They
Nothing.
Like
gonna
They
I don't know
already
how.
done changed them up. They already done
This what
changed
they
Miss
gonna
Marvel.
do.
She don't even got her stretch powers.
This what
She
they
got
gonna
an
do.
aura or something.
They gonna drag this shit along as long as they got Disney Plus subscribers. Once
Yeah.
that shit start falling off,
She Hulk shitting all on Hulk. Like they played my
Yeah, you
nigga Hulk
already
out.
watched it?
They
I
keep
ain't
playing my
watched it.
nigga out.
Hey, no spoilers.
Yeah.
I ain't watched
I
the
ain't gonna
first
I ain't
She-Hulk.
gonna I ain't gonna
we
spoil nothing
already
for
did
you.
it. If y'all want to
Ain't
go
really
to
nothing to spoil you.
the page, we got
Hey.
a She-Hulk review. Plug,
Yeah.
Oh,
plug,
y'all
plug.
already got the bitch?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go peep that.
Follow up,
But I
bitch.
ain't watched it.
Bruh.
I am, though. You know I am.
You ain't watch She-Hulk? You ain't? I
I'm talking about
had.
the
There's only one
new joint.
episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they
just
only
came
got
out
one
the
out
other
right
day.
now.
There's only one episode.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but they
Okay.
it's like
And
they
look,
just doing this
I could
thing
go
now.
in on the production value and shit like that, but overall, I'm still at least vested enough that I still haven't seen nothing so bad that I'm like, all right,
Did you
I'm off
watch
this
Thor:
train.
The Dark World?
Yeah, I
That's the
seen
worst
it.
one.
Nigga.
That's the worst Marvel movie
Nigga.
ever made.
I came out of that shit. Did you see it? We did the MCU tier list and cooked that shit. Yo,
Bruh.
I walked out of the
Yeah.
motherfucking Thor the Dark World. I promise you, on my kids, you can ask them niggas. I said, yeah, that happened. Because that was
That's all
it.
you
It
can
just
say,
happened.
huh?
That
That's
shit just
actually
happened.
what was messed up is that Kenneth Branagh did that again, right? But that's what I thought he was going to do with the first one, and
I
that's
don't
why I
think
was like,
that's
all
Kenneth
right,
Branagh.
I
I don't
really
think he
don't
did the
even.
second one. I don't think the Kenneth Branagh did that. I think that was another mid nigga. I don't think that was
Was it?
Kenneth
Well,
Branagh.
he
Either way, that shit was cheeks.
fucked it up.
Don't
Yo, it
matter.
was
It was cheeks
horrible,
as
bro.
hell.
It was horrible, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the movies where you like, yo, I really don't want to sit here.
And even on that, I could still say it wasn't a bad movie. It was just whack. It was just like, why? You ain't even had to go there.
That shit was
Compared to what it was up
boring.
against.
It was
It
boring
was
as
boring as
hell.
shit for
Yeah, it was-
sure. For Sugardale, to quote E40.
That shit was horrible.
Yo, but no, but
That's
see,
definitely the worst
me
one.
and him had this debate a couple weeks ago. See, as much as I was bored by Thor: The Dark World, I walked out of Batman vs Superman furious, nigga. That was the worst shit I had seen. Listen, I wanted to fight babies in that shit. I was like, nigga, why? Why? I was mad. And the worst part was, my nigga, the worst part was I bought out like a movie roll for my family to see that shit. And walked out like, God damn, I'd have blew a stack, embarrassing myself. Y'all, we could have been at home eating this shit. Like, goddamn. You know what I'm
saying?
BVS ain't pissed me off that much. I mean, I don't know. I guess because like really, I just like seeing Superman get his ass whooped. I don't know. That's like the whole movie to me.
Not enough to say
that the whole really. That's the whole movie to me. When I think about it, that's all I think about when I think about that movie.
It's a 3-hour movie though,
and I don't remember nothing else.
Yo, hold up, Los. I'm gonna tell you how shell shocked I was by that movie. I seen it in the theater, right? Then the motherfucker dropped the unedited version dropped on the torrents. I downloaded that motherfucker because I was like, wait a minute, this got to be some studio hack job. This nigga, Zack Snyder. I'm not like a Snyder fan, but I'm like, yo, this nigga ain't done whack shit. He did
Big Snyder cut.
He did. You know what I'm saying? He did Watchmen. I was like, yo, I'm gonna give him his burn.
For sure.
Watchmen was fire.
For sure.
I watched the goddamn Dawn of the Dead, the reboot. That shit was fire. I'm like, I gotta give him his burn. I watched that director's cut, and somehow it was worse.
That's impressive.
I was like,
no.
You talking about Justice League? You talking about
Justice League? Superman.
Hold on.
Boy, just added 45 minutes onto that hoe.
Did you say the director's cut was worse than the original?
Nigga. All I know is there's a jar of feet involved with it. And it was absolutely inessential to the story. And somebody filmed the scene with a jar of pee. And I was like, what are we doing, my nigga? What is right now? Who spent $300 million to do this?
Nah, I wasn't never.
The Snyder cut was just equally below average.
Exactly.
It was just more of it.
I wasn't never going to watch that shit ever over again. I already knew I wasn't going to watch it again.
The Snyder cut was just
I already knew.
I was like, the Justice League shit was
but reason what was killing me, what was my fault? What was killing me was Superman. Like Henry Cavill. Like I'm like, why is this nigga so sad?
Yo,
what's wrong with him?
Somebody get this nigga some Xanax, man. Somebody get Superman some Xanax.
Yo,
he had to be sad. He had to be sad because the first Superman on his watch was a sad ass movie.
Like,
bro, wasn't any sun in that Superman movie?
This is the thing about Superman. As much as Superman is kind of like a Wonder Bread kind of plain character, that motherfucker exhibit like the exuberance and happiness.
Yeah, he's supposed to be optimistic as hell.
Primary colors. He trying to be a McDonald's Happy Meal box. I don't want to fucking see Superman in need of therapy. That don't make sense to me, my nigga. He ain't smiling. None of this shit.
You know, you got the nigga you got him getting in the tub with his shoes on. Why he getting in the tub with his shoes on, bro?
You wild.
He keep talking about this shit.
Your girl is naked, butt ass naked in the tub. You just came right from outside and got in the tub.
Got in the tub with all the clothes.
Ew, that was nasty, yo.
Zack Snyder was slipping some real shit. Zack Snyder had that Peruvian, my nigga. He was doing a lot.
Can't, bro.
Zack Snyder was doing so much.
Can't do it.
Them boys wanted Omni-Man.
Yeah, they didn't want an Omni-Man.
Nah,
no, I want Plutonian out this bitch. That's what I want.
Y'all ain't seen. Hey, keep an eye out. Irredeemable coming. Y'all think Homelander on that shit. It's some new comic book shit coming.
Oh, Irredeemable.
Sound hard.
Yes.
Yo.
Oh, it's ridiculous, yo. It's fucking
crazy. He gonna
be
harder than Omni-Man, though?
No, he harder than harder than Homelander.
They in the conversation is what I can say.
Okay,
definitely. Yeah, he in Omni-Man territory, but he's way more sadistic than Omni-Man though. He's a sadist though.
Nothing was more satisfying than because I read the whole Invincible series and I put my kids on it, right? So they hadn't read it already. Nothing was more satisfying than when they came to me after they read the book and seen the series, and they was like, "Dad, Omni-Man, why did you do that?" It was traumatized. I was like, "Cause he that nigga." I'm sorry.
Yeah, Omni-Man like that.
Omni-Man, he just do that.
He came to take over Earth.
But yeah, when you see Irredeemable, it's gonna be fire because it's gonna be people with different type of powers that we haven't really seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this one dude that can punch people so hard they go through time, but they'll die.
Damn.
They'll die.
Yo, you know
but
what? Irredeemable,
but he will punch you back in time.
Irredeemable is almost like Invincible and Boys kind of like mixed because it's got that like super extra fantastic shit like Invincible, but it's got that gritty like
Now
on
this
some
gonna be
raw
a.
shit like the Boys. So
Yeah.
it's fire. It's coming up.
They dropping a series of this though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
On
Seth
Like,
what?
Rogen, man. Seth Rogen is out there killing the game. You know he's
Rogan
behind all
doing
this
this
shit.
one
Seth?
too?
Yeah,
yeah,
Rogan
I
doing.
heard
He,
Invincible.
did y'all watch Preacher? You seen Preacher?
I have
I've
not.
heard of it, but I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
Preacher is
watched
another
it.
Preacher's
one.
sick.
Work, I
Fuck
would be
with
telling
it.
me to get
Fuck
on.
with
Was
it.
was
Preacher's
that
Yo.
on AMC?
Yeah.
To give you an example, like Irredeemable, right? He's like, imagine he's Clark Kent, right? He work in the newspaper and everything, got a Lois Lane, all that, right? So he decided to just finally tell her. He tells her in the break room, and she flip out. Like, so she run out the break room and tell everybody in the newsroom that this
bitch.
nigga's the Plutonian. They start
Yeah.
writing on the wire for the AP. Nigga flies up to the satellite, destroys the satellite, comes back down, incinerates everybody except her, and be like, "Why you make me do that?" Like,
Whoa!
so,
Son,
Why
yo,
you do that?
Oh, I need that.
and
you
so
feel me?
I need
he
that.
gonna
It's
be
hard.
like that.
It's hard,
he like
man.
When
that.
this releasing?
I don't know. I just
And
see
on
they just
what?
did the deal recently, so it's probably coming in the next year or two. But it's
Oh,
coming, man.
Yeah, he gonna
That's
be hard.
bananas,
Yeah,
dog.
and
Yeah,
he get
man.
worse after that. Like, now she's
bad.
scared
Yo,
of him. She's
He had
scared
me
of him.
read this shit. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yo.
What's wrong? Why you like? Why you exposing me to this shit? I'm a
Yo.
family man."
And it got another counter book, a sister book called
yeah.
Incorruptible.
Yeah,
And it's about this dude. He the only other dude on the planet with as much strength as the homie, but
Oh, they got a box.
yeah, but his thing is the longer he stays awake, the stronger he gets. So like
So if the
that's
nigga
his,
don't take a nap,
yeah, he gets stronger. So, but once he go to sleep, he get weak again. But the fucked up thing is, like, it's like on some old Matilda professional type shit, because he got like this young girl that he hang out with, and like, it kind of got like little
weird.
vibes. So that side of the book was a little that Incorruptible was not selling the same way Irredeemable was, because it was like more
It was
weird,
like, it's a
Yeah,
little
he like,
weird.
what am I reading here? I don't know what I'm really reading.
Right.
Here.
That's why they had to cut them scenes out of the professionals.
Yeah. And the girl keep trying to get with him, but he like, nah, you too young. But I'm like, but why is you hanging out with her? Send her ass home.
Look, since we in the comic book bag, editor's note, right? If you never seen the French version of the professional, you probably
Don't.
I wouldn't.
Don't.
I haven't seen that.
No, don't do that.
Don't.
do that.
You're gonna end up on a watch list.
Preserve the memory for yourself. Bro.
You're gonna end up on a watch list, bro. Don't do
You'll
it.
end up on Reddit talking about this shit like, what the fuck did I just say? Nah.
You ain't want to tell nobody you saw that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
like, I'm
goodness,
good.
dog.
I'm good.
What we doing, dog? How long we been on here?
We down
Man,
there too.
a minute.
Buck
This shit is
50.
fun,
Are you
man.
serious?
We're the
That's
buck.
what
You know,
happens.
some of us.
That's why.
Dog, we've been doing this for 2 hours, bro. It didn't seem
man.
like.
And we can
That's
do it
what's up.
forever, probably, but
That's how this go.
I know
That's
we
the sign of a
middle-aged.
good
We got lives and
podcast.
shit.
Conversation flowing, baby.
That is a
Yeah,
sign of the good
absolutely.
podcast, dog.
Absolutely.
Look, what y'all got upcoming on No Country, bro?
Right now we just working on the format. We gonna come back with full episodes soon. We still gonna keep the reviews and the reactions coming, in the interim. And
We got some interviews coming up.
coming up on the schedule. And honestly, man, like from there, the limit is the sky. We writing, we working on the back behind the scenes. We actually went to a little event last night. Man, dog, it reminded me of like the best days of the DFW era. Like it was like this dude, Crank Lucas. I don't know if y'all heard of him. He, like,
Yes,
I follow
nigga.
Frank.
yeah,
Yeah.
we was at like this Instagram little get together. That
He did a single release for one of his singles called Blue Magic. Blue Magic. Shout out to Crank.
Entertainment compound that was popping. So we trying to get in those spaces too. So
Hey.
we working, man. Like you say, we working, man.
We out here working, baby.
Yeah,
Quick question, not on the podcast side. It's for both y'all, but Dave first, then JD.
Yo,
Dave, you got anything? You still in that studio? You got anything musically you working on? And JD on the cinematic acting tip. What you got cooking? But start with Dave.
All right, so on the low, but on the high, like I got a little bit of shit in the works. This band right here. Shout to my brother Lexon. He actually produced some of our dope shit. Remember
Oh
Kissing the
yeah,
Ring and Rap Money?
yeah,
The producer of that, we got them back out the cave, or he got me back out the cave, and I
Right.
got some upcoming like a track EP. I worked on something with my bro. You remember my bro Divin, right? The one that did
yes sir.
the co-op. We got a project in it been in the can, and we just doing the final shit on that. I got something else coming down the pipe with some of my homeboys from out here in Atlanta. So I actually been working, man. I got a little slate, and then a little dog wonder told me that it might be some other shit on the plate somewhere down the line. So I'm working, and then plus working with my brother JD, with the No Country shit. That's
For
really
sure.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, yeah. Well, same old shit with me. Season 6 of the Wire. Season 6 of Saints and Sinners just came out not too long ago, so y'all can go check that out. That's the final season. I don't know if
I
another
hadn't
net.
watched it.
Oh,
I'm a
if you
start
got
from the beginning.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
on
got a
Hulu.
girl that like some wild ass soap operas, like
Oh
with just
boy.
Oh well, we
Oh,
in
we
there.
in there.
Yeah,
Then.
We in
yeah,
there.
type
yeah,
of shit,
yeah,
type of shit
100%.
where people come back to life type shit,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, my wife's
fuck
gonna
with
be
us.
on there. Yeah, we might well
Yeah.
hop on that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's messy as hell. It's messy as hell,
Oh
yo.
yeah, we in there.
Yeah, so but season 6 is me, Clifton Powell, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Trey Cheney, Christian Keys, Dawn Half Kenny, Jasmine Burke with
Big
they
dog.
fine
Already.
asses. Yeah, and
You know Vanessa
Keith
Bell
Robinson.
Calloway,
Hell
dog.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever
Keith
you
Robinson.
like.
Yep. We got a bunch of
You know
we
my
got
favorite
legends.
Vanessa Bell Calloway role?
Which one?
Shameless.
Yeah, we got Donna Briscoe, OG Donna Briscoe in there. Like it's like
Oh
crazy.
boy.
So the cast is crazy. We had people come through and do it, but if you get a chance, check that out. Making some of my own stuff, like he said, we definitely trying to focus on getting this really, situated. But I'm always shooting and creating my own things. We write, we direct. I'm still hitting my auditions like a mug. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Wish me luck. I'm
Hey.
about to audition for this Michael Keaton joint. So let's see if we
Snap
can
That's
boy,
knock
what's
that
up.
out.
snap boys coming. Snap boys coming.
Oh yeah, we got
Hey.
that working. So it's just really, I think I really just wanted to take this year to really just mostly create my own stuff. If a job come up that's big enough, I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out. But I just been taking this year right here to just create, learn how to get in this space. You know what I'm saying? Establish
Yes,
myself,
sir.
and have a good time with my brother, and get this rocking. That's it. So I'm
Hey.
here, but it's a bunch of other projects that I do got floating down, but I be putting shit in the can and I be forgetting about it. So
I hear that. Hey, keep pushing the merch, y'all.
oh for sure.
I'm
Keep
saying, dog.
pushing the merch.
Push the
dog.
merch. Dog, I
Linktree,
came across
No Country Show. Go do it.
Yes, sir.
dog. I just randomly came across a post on Facebook, and I think I texted to you, Dave, where a guy was saying, "Where has JD Williams went?" And I was like, "Well, he has a podcast
Yeah,
right now,"
yeah,
and I
yeah,
shot
yeah.
him your link.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know how y'all view promotion, but y'all got
Yeah.
People looking.
Listen,
It's people
Listen,
looking for this
looking
shit.
for you.
we gotta get in the space where because like it's just difficult because we not in the same like social media bag and don't really have the time and whatever
Yeah.
to engage in that shit like that. We gotta get somebody to
Hey,
get on
it
there.
helps.
Produce.
Yeah, for
'Cause-
sure, for
Cause
sure.
I think one of the biggest thing that helped us have a strong start, cause we started off stronger than I expected.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I was
there was
saying
there was anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
were like, "Y'all got to do a podcast." Then we made the Facebook page and boosted it up, and everybody like, "Man, fuck this page. When the pod coming?"
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when the pod
yeah.
dropped,
Yeah.
that initial episode, everybody was
They
jumping
flopped
on.
to that bitch.
What happened
Yeah.
too was me and him. We started on Instagram though. We started doing Instagram lives first, and then we
Right.
was seeing like it was going up to like 20 people, which it's not a whole lot, but just for me and him to just be having a conversation.
Yeah.
And then they would follow us over
Right.
if we went over to the YouTube. So we was like, oh well, we might as well just stop doing that and do it over here. So
Yeah,
that's what
sir.
really happened. You
Yeah,
know.
and the YouTube
Way to do
is
it.
growing, man. It's growing. We up there as subscribers. We got a few thousand views on the one Black Panther joint.
That's
So
beautiful, dog.
I mean, it's getting out there, man. And the more we work, the more we put shit out. I feel like just gonna build on where we at, and then we on here with y'all niggas. So
hey man, we support and we love that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all too. Definitely like and subscribe to the video.
Hey yo, go get you a
Appreciate it.
goddamn weirdo shirt, bro, because these are just fire. Even though white people will say things to you arbitrarily.
Hey, that happened to me in downtown, didn't?
Listen, the motherfucker was like, "Yeah, me too." I was like, "Nah, not like that."
Not that kind of weirdo.
Yeah, you inviting,
Lady went to
you know.
page and started looking at all her other merch and shit.
Hey,
whatever.
you know, whatever wins.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Dave, my wife was like, and Rushmore and You Really Ain't That Nice are two of her favorite songs.
Oh well, thank you very much. Wait. I wanted to be funny, but does she get really true offended when people say Lachey? Because I was going to go there, but
No.
Okay.
You can say Lachey as much as you want.
I appreciate that, Miss Lachey. That's a high praise
There we go.
for sure.
I try to put on, dog. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey man, listen, I appreciate it, man. You know, you one of them motherfuckers that every now and then, you know, we'll throw some shit on, and Money be like, "Oh yeah, he got you on." I'm like, "Shut up!" Like, wow.
no.
I don't want to hear that shit.
That's what I be telling folks. I was like, I invited this nigga to my track and he wrecked me and Blake's. I was like, what the fuck? I gotta get him back.
Got to.
Yeah, man. No,
So,
Yeah, of course.
Dog.
That may still be my favorite dog one. Probably.
man, that was the night. Yo, the night we recorded that shit was the night me and this nigga met. And
Yes.
it
No
was funny.
shit.
Yes.
What was you at class crib or was that your
Yes.
crib? That was class crib, and like the nigga opened the door, and I was like, "All right, this dog wonder." It was just like, and that was it. We was in this little tight ass, you know, little booth and shit, and we rocked it. And like, man, we performed that song for years. We performed that song in Erykah Badu joint. We performed that joint a few fucking. The last time I performed, I think, was with you and Chuck. I
That's
think that's
crazy.
the last time I performed at the Final Friday joint, man. That was
Dave, what I really fuck with about you, bro, the first day I met you and every other time we've been around, you've always brought your family, my nigga.
yeah.
Like, when that nigga came to record with us, he had his wife. I think he had a couple of kids with him. I'm like,
Probably did,
shit.
because we ain't had no babysitters. Like,
That's
shit,
what's up. And I was like,
Yeah.
I fuck with this nigga.
Is that a good thing? That sounds a little Doug Christie-ish, brother. I don't know if you know what that means, but
You know I know it. That's why I'm so appalled.
Yo,
Doug
Dave
Christie
used
is
to
the most light
hate
skinned
Doug
nigga of all
Christie,
time, and I don't
yo.
appreciate that.
He used to talk so much shit about Doug Christie randomly out of nowhere. We'd be walking down the hallway in school, and this nigga's like, smelly ass Doug Christie.
Doug Christie look like he smell like stale milk, bro.
Stink. Yo,
Don't
I'm like,
he?
yo, what's wrong with you?
Don't he?
Where'd that come from?
Fam.
We wasn't even talking about basketball.
And then he married the bitch that looked like a hot dog that sat on the grill too long. And we watched his life collapse.
hey, you know what? She deserve all that.
I was about to say, I'm
You
like,
too.
somehow you deserve that, nigga. Somehow.
Both of them deserve it.
I don't know
You
what
wild
penance.
as fuck.
I don't know what penance you paying in the galaxy, but that was for you. You deserve that.
If it wasn't for him, I would never even knew who Doug Christie was. I would have never went and looked him up or nothing.
So my
I would
mom
have
is
just
a
been like,
basketball head. I don't know if you know that. The funny thing about me not being into sports is my mom was a fucking basketball fanatic. She wrote a book
That's
about
rare.
the
That's
Knicks.
bananas.
So I knew
My
all
grandmother.
them.
That was my grandmother.
That's why I used to have like sports references in my rhymes when I was younger, because I just always would see Sports Center. So I was up on the shit. But I didn't watch it. So niggas,
Nigga,
I
mama
put
a
some.
sports
A
head,
sports
but
head.
he don't watch it.
Yo, because she
like-
used to fucking nigga. I'm trying to watch Transformers. She want to put on the game.
Nigga say,
Nigga,
what
She
an
gonna put me
anime.
out the room because I'm trying to watch Beavis and Butthead because of Nick's song. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that is personal.
Nah.
It's just like I don't fuck with my father and he a math teacher and I'm bad at math. It's psychological.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm like, who
Look,
the
dog.
hell is Doug Christie? Because I don't want to have to whoop this nigga's ass.
You
Who is
might
Doug
still.
Christie, bro?
You
What
might
and what
still
is
one day.
what is your problem with this man?
He just look at him. Look at
I mean, his wife does look like a hot dog.
He looks
Ex-wife.
like you look
Because
shit.
she bounced after the money left.
Oh my God, I didn't
Soon
know
as
that.
he got
When
out
they
the
got her
league.
bag on that fucking
Soon as he got out the
basketball
league.
wives.
She
And
got
nobody
her,
was surprised.
and she left with half his bag.
Yeah, she left with more than that because look at that nigga.
Say,
He looked like a lick stamp upside down, nigga.
why would you do this, man?
I've always had problems with
Please
him.
stop. That man has suffered
We
enough.
make light skinned niggas look bad. We already trying to get stock.
Though.
We already trying to get stock.
I mean,
in the game.
he kind of fit the mold for the light skin.
Exactly. We need to downplay the stereotype and shit.
It's a wrap for y'all light skinned niggas, bro.
Would you say?
Not as long as Drake breathing.
Never.
Yeah, nah.
Never.
Sorry. Light skinned niggas is as in as super dark skinned niggas.
As long as Steph Curry breathing.
Listen, it's us in the middle ass niggas that be trying
Chris
to
Brown.
slide.
Long as Breezy flipping around here.
Look,
Chris Brown with the $1,000 meet and greets, we need to get on that.
Listen, you either translucent or you unburned charcoal. There's no in between. Everybody else is
I'm
on
paper bag brown, baby.
Nah, you like I don't know. You like a little darker than paper bag. I'm more like paper bag, like chicken skin brown.
You ain't finna ruin my
chicken skin.
This man said shit.
I'm in this motherfucker looking like a drumstick, nigga.
Fried to perfection.
I know my lane. I know I'm
Popeyes, church's ass nigga.
My complexion is shake and bake.
He said chicken skin, bro.
Look, dog, I appreciate y'all.
Oh, no.
Appreciate y'all boys for joining us,
Guy
man.
in the chair over here throwing shots, yo.
It was good.
That nigga said paper brown with grease stains.
Bag with the. He said you a cheesesteak bag.
Hey, I'm good with that. Do you know how excited people got around cheesesteak bags, my nigga?
Well, yeah, because they long. You got to put the sub in the bags, eh?
Yeah, hey, shit.
Like
ain't nothing but greatness inside that motherfucker.
Right.
So you sit on that bitch.
Nah, last time I went to Philly, I got a cheesesteak. I knew I was going to either get tetanus or murdered in that place, but that cheesesteak was fucking amazing.
That's how you know shit's banging.
That shit was fucking amazing, my nigga. Like, it was one of the two things. I was either going to get a disease or I was going to die that night. But that motherfucker was worth the risk.
Ain't it worth it?
What a hell of a death it would have been.
Ain't it worth it, dog?
What a death it would have been.
You know what I'm saying? So one time, man, look, y'all give it up for my boys. No Country with JD and Dave, man.
Hell
Look,
yeah.
I appreciate y'all boys for coming out, man. Hey, he already throwing it up.
Already on it,
I need y'all to give it to me. Already,
with the thumb
dog.
tuck. They in there.
With the thumb tuck. It was good seeing y'all, man. Maybe we can come on y'all podcast one day.
Nice.
Yes, sir. That's next.
We get an invite.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody invites us to they shit.
But I mean, these niggas stars, though. So these niggas a little Hollywood.
Yeah, they.
Look at the nigga up top with the weirdos. Big Hollywood.
We on the same damn restring. Here's turn buttons.
Hey, I'm going to leave y'all with this, though. Froggy, Q-tip.
Bro. Hey, I think that's a little too close.
You feel me? It's a little close.
Y'all gonna pay for that. When y'all come on our show, y'all gonna have to answer for that when y'all come over to No Country. Come to No Country, we gonna have that conversation.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm ready.
Vibrant thing?
We ready. Let's do it.
That nigga did make vibrant thing.
Vibrant thing. Hey, which one of the best videos of all time.
He's just a vibrant thing.
That video
that
was
nigga smashed Janet Jackson. Y'all better put some respect on his name.
Multiple times. For multiple years. He might be with her right now.
We gonna come see y'all boys. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Easy, man. I appreciate y'all, bro.
Peace.
Already.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Man. That's what's up right there, dog.
That's amazing.
Good job, man.
I love it.
Oh shit, what DB say?
Oh, you said you paper bags.
Jive and then he said,
they still on there.
yeah, why would you do that to me?
Hey, why not?
DB, cut, we done.
Gotta go to a birthday dinner and shit.
That nigga DB prodded and left and shit.
Iron Man killed.
Yeah, fuck him.
Oh shit.
All right, fellas. Appreciate this, man.
Yeah, now I gotta get birthday dinner a little bit.
Oh shit, you got a dinner to go.
All right, yo, it was good meeting y'all. Y'all stay up.
All right,
y'all easy, dog.
What's up, man?
Already.
Hey, man, I was just building on what we've done here today. I just love the love, man. Just appreciate it.
Oh shit, my bad.
Jesus.
I'm fucking shit up again. You know I fucked up the last thing.
But yeah, man, we just gotta keep building and supporting each other, dog. And Not thinking giving somebody else shine gonna take away from your shine and vice versa. Dog. As long as we keep rising together.
A lot of people fuck up thinking that other people shine gonna mess up their shine.
Like it ain't enough. Like all this money around here.
All this sun,
man.
It's enough for all of us to bask.
And when that sun hit me, baby, I glow, man.
I know you really paper bag brand.
Yeah,
I'm
damn near mixed though. My parents.
Kind of mo.
You wouldn't think so.
Damn. I know, right? You out here gunned up.
I
ain't
even
in the gym,
I don't even do no lifting. Dog.
My 12 all underneath the state.
Hey, man. Hey, bro.
Big McLean.
Hey, Mateen Cleave when he hooped for the Mavericks.
I know, right? Mateen Cleave. What'd you say, DB?
Laughing at y'all ass, nigga.
I ain't got no word according to Los today, man. I just had that last one there, bro.
Yeah, so Mateen had 1,000 teeth.
Hey, man.
They won that thing.
And
though.
1,000 assists. I gave you your money, though, right?
Yeah. I just rechecked.
Okay.
Yeah, the cash app came through. Man, I appreciate it.
Dog, I hopefully this makes up for the shit we fucked up on the live show last week.
Hey, we can't. I ain't worried about it. It didn't happen, dog. We push forward. Because ain't shit we can do. As my partner from Alabama used to say, ain't no use crying over spoiled milk.
Why would he say spoiled?
Because he from Alabama.
You should cry over spoiled milk. It's your fault that it got spoiled.
He used to say this shit all the time. We was
spoiled milk? Ain't it?
It's spilled milk, bro. Hey, dog.
Sound like.
Well, I mean, DB got some Alabama swag. Too,
yeah. Alabama, fucking wherever he at.
Yeah, he probably building a fort right now.
Ennis.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Nigga got he recorded from a treehouse.
You feel me? That he built.
Yeah, with Wi-Fi.
10 minutes ago. But yo, this episode 22, dog. The Emmett Smith. Emmett Smith.
Gotta be. I said Clyde, but we know Emmett.
He gotta be.
One of the GOAT. Well, Emmett, he on the GOAT.
All right, man. We
regardless of
what
what people say about his offensive line.
He's your motherfucking host.
The ancient 1-3-18 king.
You feel me? I'm your co-host, Logo Los.
Living legend Los.
And we out, dog. EWAF. We out here working.
Oh, feel like the end, but baby, this is the beginning. Yeah, we still ask forgiveness, even though we've been sinning. Every day I wake up, feel like I'm testing my luck. I told my mama, pray for me, earth was weird as fuck.